People with small eyes wear big glasses. I read that somewhere. That's because it makes your eyes look less beady. Really? I didn't know that. He puts his glasses back on. Friendship over. And I feel oddly relieved for a moment until I remember that I still have to deal with it in glasses or not. I miss the shaman's eyes already. Well, anyway, this artist girl wanted to paint my portrait once. I think I had to talk to her like 5 times before she started making sense. That's Rin. Yep, must have been Rin, I suppose. What did she look like? I don't know. A woman with sandals. Not Rin. I was hoping... Oh, wait, no, that is Rin. Probably Rin. I was hoping it'd say more specific, like she had no arms. Rin wears sandals. But I feel like the chance of being another free-spirited female art student wearing sandals besides her is reasonably high. And Rin doesn't wear sandals out of fashion, she wears them out of necessity. I was thinking, sure, someday, after I burn all documentation that I ever existed, it might be okay to leave a portrait behind, so that people can look at it and remember the savior of mankind. They'll need it to model the statue. Then I thought about it. It was so much more and had to turn her down. It was tempting, but she wanted it for some school thing. It would be displayed. People would ask who I was, only I haven't saved society yet, so it would be pointless. And then, if someone recognized me, I'd have to explain myself. It's already a chain of events that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to get mixed up with some weird situations. Shit like that always happens. Sticking out is a surefire way to get put on a list. That's why I make such a careful effort to blend in with people in my daily life until I can make my move. Sure. What list? There are many lists. So, what are you doing here anyway? Nothing. I just kinda got here by accident. Happens to me all the time. Well, hope that works out for you. I think I'm gonna go back to my dorm room. I need to set my TV to record my shows. You have a TV? Yes! You should come over sometime. We can watch the game in high definition. Before I can ask him what he's talking about, he's gone. He left like he came, with zero respect towards other people. Kind of amazing. Now that Kenji is gone, I resume looking aimlessly at the school gardens in their summer splendor. It's no use. He ruined them for me. Fuck. When I get back to cafeteria, exhausted but alive, I think of eating lunch with Suzune again, but find her sitting at a table with Misha already. If it were anyone else, I would think now they were too far away for me to hear them. This is Suzune and Misha. However, I wanted to. I could eavesdrop on their conversation easily. What a dirty thing to think about it. But it's there. I don't want to do. I don't want to though. They must have a lot of catching up to do. Even if it's only been a few days, I'm inclined to just leave them alone. So they can do just that. You know, you're part of the friend pack too now, too, dude. You can just go over there and join it. I don't have to necessarily say anything. Yeah. However, the second they see me, they wave me over. Oh, I guess enough was happening.
Hi, Hee-chan.
I haven't had to say your voice in a while. Hearing her voice again, even after such a short time apart, is jarring, and I wince. These past few days, I have forgotten that communication with Suzune is almost entirely silent, and concentrating on getting it right, I had turned out even ambient noise. Well, I get used to it again. I'm glad she's back.
I'm done making up all my work. Just in time. I wouldn't have to miss the festival. Wahaha! If you really try to enforce that, I would pull you out on school council business. If they really tried to enforce that, you would pull me out of student council business?
That's abuse of power. Ellipsis.
No, it isn't, Hee-chan. C-chan says that...
Oh, yeah.
C-chan says that if there were only 2 student council members overseeing the festival, it would be a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. It would be definitely. It has to be at least 3. It's for the good of everyone. It's perfectly reasonable. It's necessary.
Cause yeah, it's just. Okay, sorry about that. Suzune leans across the table a bit as Misha delivers her a slightly disturbing militaristic justifications in a childish, bubbly, upside-down tone. Suzune looks so happy, though tenting her fingers and trying to hold back a laugh as Misha pouts more seriously on her behalf. If you say so. I'm actually happy right now that we can talk so easily to each other, all 3 of us. In the beginning, I thought that I might have found myself in a bad situation. I was sure that Suzune would hate getting saddled with being tour guide for the new guy. I didn't want to be the kind of burden either. I would be awkward even if she weren't deaf and mute too. Just now she said that we would all have to be at the festival, and the whole student council. I don't think that student council has any real jurisdiction over Tanabata. It's only Suzune's way of saying that she wants us to spend time together. It's nice to have friends. Oh. It's a simple thought, but one that makes me genuinely happy. That we could slip into being with so much ease. Despite the roundabout way in which she said it, I'm glad that Suzune thinks it's strongly enough to express it at all. Yeah.
Why did you wait until we waved you over to come sit with us?
A question out of nowhere. Suzune's eyes are expectant as Misha repeats her message. I feel like she's teasing me. I feel like she's teasing her. You want me to sit with you guys that badly?
We're the student council. We should sit together as much as possible. It's logic.
Logic, baby. Logic.
Only would, anyone would jump at the chance to sit with two cute girls anyway.
Ooh. She doesn't have a point. If I had a chance to sit with two cute girls, or have to sit with, I don't know, a hungry raptor, I'd choose the girls. Okay, bad example. Anyway. She pauses in case I might say something like, "You're not that cute." And instantly locks myself into an obvious no-win situation. When I don't take the bait, Suzune becomes more energetic and continues.
You're abnormal.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect her to end it like that. You're too quick to call other people abnormal. So arrogant.
You're too quick to call other people arrogant. That makes you arrogant. And arrogance is so abnormal. It's also abnormal. You're double abnormal.
Oh, she wants an abnormal war. It doesn't work that way. It's a sliding scale.
Ha!
Leaning on her arm, Misha closes her eyes and lets out a low, slow laugh, like a chuckle. Don't laugh.
Don't laugh at this kind of situation.
I know that Misha signs everything I say to Suzune anyway. Even though I'm signing myself. This is redundant, but it's an unconscious action for Misha. On the other hand, I can't stop. If I let myself take it easy and sign less just because Misha is back, then what was all this for? I don't want to risk losing familiarity with how to sign either. My hands are pretty slow to speak on my behalf as it is.
Hee-chan, you and C-chan talk to each other much more now. Back and forth. It's really funny too. Like an old married couple, right?
Oh my god. What a loaded comment. It's so in so many ways. Although because it's Misha, I can't have been on purpose. It's not a compliment. That's not a compliment. Suzune doesn't react to Misha's trying to pair the two of us up. She knows where the story's going. Maybe she didn't see it. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It does happen. I've noticed it. I still wonder if it's really that simple and why I care so much. But I don't want to think about it so hard. I want to leave. I keep thinking that I'm hogging Misha's time with Suzune. And it could be that Misha cut in on purpose, feeling that way too. I doubt that either of them will let me leave though. In some ways, they're too nice. In some ways, yes. Anyway, Suzune, if you really want to know, I don't want to sit here because I want to intrude. I thought that because Misha being away for supplementary lessons or whatever, you two would have been had a lot to talk about, and I should try leave you alone to catch up. That's why I thought I would just hang back, relax, go in the corner, take a nap. Don't worry, Misha, I'm not trying to monopolize Suzune. No one can monopolize Suzune.
Hee-chan, it's not like that.
Yeah, that's
You're so considerate, Hee-chan. Hee-chan's sorry and apologizes.
I don't really think it's worth apologizing for. So, worry about it. So don't worry about it. Hey, don't you both think that's nice? My god, what the hell? Don't you both think since Misha is back, we should go celebrate somehow? I think so. Oh yeah, party!
Hee-chan, usually having to make up work isn't something to celebrate over. No, it is a good idea.
The timing is perfect. Suzune said that student council should have a little fun to it sometimes. Oh my god. You've probably heard of that too, right, Misha? It should be fun. Lucius, actually, wait a second. Didn't you have to make up work because you were missing so many classes to begin with? So skipping out to cafeteria would be kind of stupid. Being the timing isn't perfect, like I said, but we could go after school.
Where should we go?
Misha speaks Suzune's question to her aloud before even stops to think over. Both of them completely ignore me. Hey, listen to me. Two-man short-sighted council team, student council team.
Wow, Hee-chan, you're part of this team too.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, you are, Hee-chan. So forgetful and troublesome. I feel sorry for the girl who falls in love with you.
Ooh.
So, where do you think we should go?
I'm laughing in spite of myself, wanting to point out how Misha seemed too enthusiastic now, when she was the one who was mostly apprehensive about it just a few seconds ago. For whatever reason, I can't bring myself to do it, but this is okay too. After a short discussion on where to go, it seems like only place all three of us know and are willing to travel to is the Shanghai. Of course. A tea shop house doesn't look like a bad place to celebrate, especially because I'm sure they sell cake there. And cake is most celebratory food. Maybe. I haven't seen Yuko in a while, either. And neither have the girls. For all these reasons, plus the fact that it's so close, I end up standing in front of the little tea shop with Suzune and Misha before I know it.
Welcome. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've heard Yuka's voice. Same here. I'm surprised all over again by the energy she puts into her greetings, kind of like an extreme nervous Misha.
Hi, but you don't have to do that all the time if it's just us. Yes I do. But okay. If you say so, Yuko.
I take this moment to glance over to the tea shop, notice that it's empty as ever. It's lunchtime, especially the peak hour of an establishment of this type, and yet it's as barren as ever. I don't understand. There has to be a reason for this. Suddenly gently taps my arm to get my attention.
What do you want to get?
Oh, you. Yuko looks a little agitated after Misha automatically relays the question.
No, I'm supposed to ask that. Is there anything I can do for you?
Just a guy for now, I guess. Thanks. The dedicated Yuko has towards towards her waitressing duties is sort of admirable. So is the speed at which she whisks slices of cake and our drinks to our table when we order. Not the librarian Yuko, though. She sucks. Then again, we're the only customers here who know what it would be like with who knows what it'd be like with a full house. Who? Suzune and Misha immediately dig into their cakes with gusto. Probably because they can't talk with utensils in their hands. The only point of sharing a meal with friends like this is being able to talk over it. After all, it makes sense when it would be the same with them. I'm barely halfway through my cake when I hear the forks clinging as they set them down on their empty plates. It's not healthy to inhale your food.
Haha, Ichan sounds like an old man.
People really always say that. I cringe instantly, feel like I have been punched. Ellipses.
Are you going to wear a yukata tomorrow, Hichan?
No, I don't even have one. Well, even if I did, I'm not the kind of guy who does stuff like that. What about you? Are you two going to dress up?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course? You didn't dress up last time.
One time is not a trend. It's a completely different situation, anyway. Aside from not being being Tanabata, the festival was on school grounds. Students should wear their uniforms on school grounds.
Yeah, I guess. Clearly a joke, but her delivery isn't any different from the usual. That isn't normal, but her sense of humor never was. I'm used to it. I guess her way of saying outrageous things seriously is a little better than she's where to say serious things outrageously. Yeah. That's what's more troubling in any case, is that I've started to associate the voice of her signing with clashing with how Misha says out loud everything Suzune signs anyway. It's very disorienting.
I'll dress up this time. I'll dress up this time, and you'll see, Hichan. Not just Hichan, but me too. Maybe I'll change my hairstyle too.
Don't do that. I can't really imagine you looking differently. The dual drills. Imagine that. Just one big drill. Or multi-drill. Dreadlock drills. Afro drill? Anyway, Suzune wags her finger and smiles.
Such a quick and firm disapproval. What if I were to change my hairstyle?
Maybe you should grow your hair out and make it look like drills. She looked unamused. Luckily, I see Yuko making her way over, likely to clear our plates or ask if we needed anything from her. Yuko, do you have anything for Tanbata?
Huh?
It's like she was practicing how to smoothly ask if I needed to refill of coffee while walking over, but she has no idea what to do having been asked a question. First, I feel bad.
Yes, I'm working. Yuko, Yuko, they make you work on holidays? Huh? We have most of our business on holidays, and sometimes tourists. I don't mind. I have to do my best. I understand that completely. So admirable.
Suzune nods her head in solidarity, feeling a kind of kinship with Yuko through their shared determination to be the best. Although, for her, it's a matter of pride, whereas Yuko might just feel that way. She really, really needs this job. Maybe a raise. Most business, huh? So, how many people on average during a holiday? Why you even ask that?
Well...
Oopsies. Yuki walks away, starting cleaning up cup with swizzle sticks. That isn't polite. This is not what proper waitress would do. Nevertheless, I sort of got my answer anyway. Clearly, business is scarce at best. I start to wonder how the Shanghai remains open at all. Maybe it's this elegant style of tea house is a trend that was outrageously successful before, and I got here but isn't anymore. And they're just keeping it like this while they retool. Hopefully, Shanghai seems like a decent place, minus the menus. Or the non-existence of them. Maybe the owner is rich and is involved in some sort of bet with someone else, or crazy scheme to see who can lose the most money. Maybe I can just conventionally miss mobs of customers by seconds each visit. Or maybe this place is just a front for arms dealers. Now that would be an awesome twist. Like, suddenly, we just stumble upon this back room. Yuko's looking at like a cigar while reloading a bazooka. She's like, "Get out before I have to hurt you." And we stop for a second, because like, freaking Suzune doesn't know what she just said, and then Misha just like reinterprets it. And then, by that time, it's too late. Two bulky guys came in, and Yuko's like, "What did I tell you? Now I'm gonna have to hurt you." And then, Taken 3, Katawa Shoujo. Anyway. Wait, isn't there already Taken 3? No, there's just 2. Anyway, since there's no one else here, why don't you sit down with us? We can talk about economic infestability. But Yuko doesn't take the bait, shaking her head from side to side emphatically.
I've never really celebrated Tanamata before, or dressed up for it either, or for anything like this. I'll finally be able to wear my yukata. Yay!
Yukata are nice. Anyway, What do you mean, never? What about last year?
Last year, Sichan and me were, and the 3-2 class rep ran a stall for. I like how she just doesn't say Lily. Class rep ran a stall for the festival. It was a Suba stall, I think. Yeah, it was right. Yep.
Blind class rep of 3-2 must be Lily. I'm surprised they were able to work together on anything, but Misha would likely be the best possible buffer for that kind of thing, with how innocent she is.
Sichan cooked, and Lily took the orders, and I translated for them.
Wait. Okay, this whole situation just bubbled into my whole head. Now I see Lily was totally being sarcastic. Oh my god, I see where that second argument was about. There's an underlying argument under that second discussion that Hisao translated. My god. Clever writing, I gotta say. Anyway.
Sichan kept saying it was so inefficient. Misha, why do you have to be the middleman? As in, why is there a middleman in the first place? Huh? It would be fine if I did the cooking and you took the orders. It doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, that explains that argument.
But I think everyone had fun in the end, right, Sichan?
Ellipses. Suzune adjusts her glasses grudgingly, causing Misha to break into laughter.
It was the old student council idea, of course.
Oh, wait.
That's why. So...
Oh, fuck. That's how... So, what was the last student council like, then? Suzune finally decides to step in again. Or, it's move like she can't stop herself. Or to move, or more like she can't stop herself.
Terrible.
That was blunt. She ends with a chopping motion, as if passing judgment on them. I hope she is going to elaborate a little. Ellipses.
At universities and private schools, student councils can have more control over millions of yen to budget and distribute as needed. Wow, really? Millions? Huh. Right. And they are much more involved in school activities too, Hee-chan.
From Misha's tone, it seems like this is new to her than it is to me.
This school student council was like a joke in comparison. Don't give people positions of power if they don't have any power at all. What's the point? So, I wanted us to have more and more work. It was that hard to convince the school and the other student council members to allow it. Actually, a lot of the work you've seen us do really is work that I took on, which is what Lily was talking about.
No shit.
If it wasn't for Sichan, the student council would just file attendance reports all day in and day out. Yeah. Haha, would you prefer that, Hee-chan? Of course, Hichan, as soon as the workload started going up, most of the student council stopped coming. Waha!
Let's Suzune's fingers fold over each other carefully. It looks like she wants to add something, but she can't bring herself to. Like she said, sign language gives you a little more time to think about what you say. I guess she feels like she can't talk about this.
That was then, and this is now. Let's just have fun tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what she finally sells for. Yeah. Man, this is fun. Of course.
Of course, then, student council is your adjourned for today. It has to be adjourned excitingly, because today was a good day. Yeah. Ah!
Whoosh. School seems to be over by the time we leave the tea house, as I can see students coming down from the student council as we walk up the road towards it. A couple people wearing our school uniforms look at Suzune as she walks by, and I wonder if they recognize her from as a student council president, or if their eyes are just being drawn to Misha's head. It's impossible not to overhear the chatter in the air, and the topic is often not plans for Tanabata. I wonder how many of them will be using or going to the stalls that I reassembled. It makes me feel a little pride and emotion I've never felt doing something for school. Maybe this is how Suzune feels as well. I always want to ask, but it seems stupid to want to do so. So, I just hold on to the thought as the three of us walk onto campus and then separate. Suzune to the student council room, Misha and I to our dorms. It isn't until they're gone that I realize I didn't ask when and where they wanted to meet up tomorrow. Gonna save it. Been playing this for almost 3 hours. What crap! I was looking at the time. Well, I suppose that's a pretty good session. If I do say so myself. So, as of that, thank you for watching. Please share and like, and also subscribe to my channel. Then also, you can't really like my channel. Just subscribe to my channel. And share and like the videos if you did enjoy them. Also, follow me on Twitter for more of my goodness, because, yeah. Alright, guys. Catch you later. Have a nice time. Bye.